some of this that we're seeing right now on screen with this assault?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so one of the really cool buildings that you can build in your guild hall is actually the War Room. And the War Room allows you to build tools that you can take into our epic hundreds of players world versus world PvP. And you can use these tools and take them with your guild. You can claim objectives and use those tools to help your guild attack and defend objectives in world versus world. So for example, here, this guild is taking control of a castle, and they're actually able to call in airships that circle around and defend the castle and bombard it, as long as the guild is able to hold it. And they can wage war against other guilds in world versus world through our War Room.
Well, you know, honestly, Colin, I'm just going to ask you a pretty simple question. Anything else you want to talk about today? I mean, part of the reason why I joke about this is that I find MMOs to be such a difficult genre to develop for, because people just rip through the content so quickly, and this just looks like an incredibly large expansion. What else can you tell us?
Well, I have one more big announcement today, and that is very soon we're going to be turning on pre-sales for Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns. And just like before the release of Guild Wars 2, pre-purchasing will guarantee you access to all of our open beta events that are coming up.
Oh, wow.
And how soon's very soon?
We are starting pre-purchase right now. So you can go to the guildwars2.com website.
Wow. There you go, guys.
Well, Colin, thank you for making this segment extremely easy for me.
Absolutely, yeah. We hope to see everybody in our pre-purchase soon.
Colin Johansson from ArenaNet. Thank you, Colin. Wow. That felt nice. Coming up next is yet another PC franchise that I am amazed is 15 years old. It is an upcoming game called Hitman. Let's bring out
What?
Hakana Brock, the director and
New Hitman? Yeah.
A noble bow, Hakan. Now, right away, I have to ask, how long have you been working on the Hitman franchise?
Me?
Yeah.
It's almost
10
10 years.
years.
10 years of business.
Yeah, like when you're in this place, are you just imagining exit routes and who are you going to eavesdrop on? So, I mean, I want to go ahead and take a look at some of the footage from your upcoming game. I mean, when I got the chance to first look at this, it very much so looked like Hitman stepping into the digital age. Because, I mean, when Hitman first came out, so many of the technologies we use day to day aren't even present.
So we are trying to...
Guys, I love the Hitman games. You can't hear the guy. What the hell?
It's 15 years, as you said, 15 years of doing this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, what we're getting a chance to see here is these massive scale events that I'm...
Can you hear me?
Well, I mean, right now we're seeing some of this footage that's on, it seems just like an absolutely massive scale. You talked to me a little bit before about that the gameplay is taking the sort of sandbox nature of these missions and trying to grow it. Oh, that sounded like a working mic. Optical illusion. I mean, trying to take this and...
Can I just borrow your mic?
Yeah, here, you know what? No, come here. Lean close. No, this is how this works. Please. Embrace me warmly.
I'll never let you go.
Whisper the hits sweetly into my ear.
So, all right, so what you're seeing there in the footage is it's Paris. It's a location called Paris, and you're in there to take out a target called Novikov. And I mean, the locations we have here are the biggest we've ever made. Compared to the older games, they are 6-7 times bigger. A lot more NPCs in there, a lot more complex, deep, high-definition sandboxes.
And, I mean, you did talk to me before about the idea of live events being a core piece. I mean, can you expand upon them? I mean, like right now, for instance, we're at this fashion show.
Right. So Hitman is a new bold move for us. Before we've been working years on a game and put it in a box and just put it out there, right? Just
Right.
hoping everything went well, right? Some things gamers would love, and some other things, well, we could have tweaked that, right?
Right.
So what we're doing right now, we are launching the experience at 8th of December, digital launch, where we'll have the opportunity to grow, deepen, and expand the universe. We call it the world of assassination, right? So, work that with the gamers and community to get input to, tweak the features, but also make sure that the content that will evolve and come later will be the best possible Hitman experience for them.
And I want to come back to something you said earlier where you said that the size of these kinds of simulations that you could run is so much larger. What does that sort of specifically entail?
Right, so compared to the levels we've been doing before, for example, let me put it this way. So Hitman is, the best that we have from, the graphical fidelity from Absolution and the big sandboxes from Blood Money. That's just taken up to another level. So we're talking about 6-7 times bigger locations, no checkpoints. It's really the ultimate assassination experience, right?
And I mean, with so many extra NPCs and characters,
right?
I mean, one of the things that I always note about the Hitman games is how many players figured out weird, new, unusual ways to solve each mission. I mean, is this happening on a larger scale, or is it difficult to control that many independent elements?
I mean, we create a game where we know there's almost open-ended ways of killing the targets, but we also, as devs, are surprised when we, on the prior games have seen YouTube being posted up with, gamers bragging about, I found a new creative way of taking out the target, right?
Yeah.
With Absolution, we introduced contracts. So once you're done with the targets in the campaign, in the story, you can play contracts, play to create, right? You can use the sandbox, use the richness in it, and mechanics and the NPCs, and mark your own targets, share that with your friends, compete with your friends and the community. Now, just going from the prior games to Hitman, just imagine, we're going from 55 NPCs to over 300, put the crowd on top of that, and the sheer size of checkpoint-less locations we deliver here is just amazing how deep and complex contracts that you can create.
Well, I mean, I have two things to say. For one, I mean, the graphics look absolutely beautiful. December 8th, you said, was the release?
Exactly.
December 8th, looking forward to the date. And of course, you smell amazing. Thank you, Hakan.
Likewise.
For coming out.
Thank you.
Now, of course, the technology that is helping, the technology that is helping make this possible, we talked about a little bit earlier in the show. And I'm thrilled to get the chance to bring on right now the CEO of AMD, Lisa Su, to talk about some new product lines coming up for the developers. Lisa,
Ron,
welcome.
How are you?
I'm doing great, Lisa.
You're doing fantastic.
I am doing just wonderfully. Now, we just got the chance to look at some of the in-game gameplay footage. What is the sort of benchmarks you're trying to hit, the goals you're trying to make to deliver the best quality experience for a game like Hitman?
Well, you have had just an amazing group of people on this show today.
Right? Right?
Is it amazing?
Yes. Hey! I'm really glad you enjoy it.
And I mean, it says something about where PC gaming is going. And for us at AMD, it's about how do we enable those experiences. So take a look at Hitman. Wonderful game. It's all about 4K. It's all about enabling that experience and ensuring that we have the hardware to do that. So for us, it's how do we capture those key technologies that will enable that gameplay?
And when you talk about key technologies, I mean, I mentioned this a little to Richard, that you have people worried about video streaming, VR, just general performance on single-player experiences. How do you balance all that sort of stuff?
The key for us is to really develop a portfolio. There's so many gamers out there, hundreds of millions of gamers, and everybody wants something different. So Richard talked about some of our new technology. We've had an incredibly busy day today, Sean. Incredibly busy.
Yeah.
We launched 9 new cards. 9 new cards.
Is this one of the launched cards that I see hiding behind you? What is that?
There are a couple of cards that I'm going to tell you about. Can I tell you about a couple of them?
Lisa, I would love it if you told me about a couple cards.
All right, well, that's what I'm going to do then.
Let's do it.
So our flagship that we launched was the Radeon R9 Fury X. This is the first card with high bandwidth memory that'll be available in the industry, and it's a beautiful card. Actually, you have two of them in your gaming rig right over there. So this card has incredible performance at 4K, completely designed for DX12, and when you think about VR experiences, this is what we enable. And this is our flagship card. Now, we have a few others, and I'm going to show you this one because, we usually think about gaming as, these big honking cards.
Yes.
Well, with high bandwidth memory technology and our new technology, you can really do all kinds of neat things. So this is our newest Radeon R9 Nano. This is the fastest graphics card for 4K in the smallest form factor. So take a look at this. 6 inches long.
Is it? Do
Yes.
I get to have it?
You can touch. I don't know about have.
Okay.
That's something.
It's surprisingly small.
But what we're really trying to show you is that new technology can really give you very, very different experiences. And so, sometimes you're going to want to build big gaming rigs, sometimes you're going to want to build living room systems, but you can always enjoy 4K performance on the greatest games.
And I know that you brought some unannounced stuff today.
It's not bad.
We do have.
I'm wondering if I finally get to know about, finally.
You might have do you have a briefcase
I have
over
this
there?
case that's just been here. Is that okay?
Sean, you dropped my case on your desk here.
Sorry, should I be very...
Well,
I don't know what's in it.
Okay. So a friend of mine is going to bring something on stage so that I can demonstrate the other technologies that we have here. Right.
From the upcoming Hitman game. What is
that?
So AMD is about innovation. And when you think about innovation, you think, how can I take the technology that we've described in hardware to really build a different type of system? So this system is actually a 16 teraflop gaming system that includes two of our new PG HBM GPUs.
It's a new heater.
Think about it. This is a beautiful form factor. Everything, all the computing is encompassed here.
Yeah, I'll turn it around.
That's right. So you can see all the ports.
I get to be Vanna White for this evening.
That was very good, Sean.
Thank you. I'm very
And
elegant.
then we have a very elegant cooling system here. But if you think about the power in here, I said there were 2 Radeon R9 Fury X's in that machine. There are 2 Fiji GPUs in this machine. So to show you that the technology is real, by the way, this thing is working. It's running some beautiful VR demos upstairs. Why don't we open the case?
I'm a little scared because I don't know if I broke it, but
I'm sure you did okay. Let's take a look.
let's examine what's in the box. It's literally glowing, and it is something I could have broken. What is it?
So, we wanted to save something for the PC gamers. For the very, very first time, we are showing a dual Fiji GPU card.
Really?
Wow.
This is the card that powers these systems, and it tells you what the technology is capable of for PC gaming.
And I understand that these are upstairs right there right now for people to play with?
They're absolutely upstairs right there right now in Club AMD. So we have a bunch of wonderful games and demos up there. And the main message I wanted to make sure that we left with you is AMD is about gaming, and AMD loves PC gaming. So Sean, thanks so much for having us.
Thank you for coming out. You're like Santa. Look at all the toys.
We like the toys.
Do I get to just keep these here?
I don't think so, Sean.
Okay,
but
well.
We might come back next year, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay,
all right?
well, I'll just keep the nice case here under the
I'm
table.
taking the card. He can keep the case. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Lisa Su, CEO of AMD. She only just left one thing that would have been so excellent.
You got it done.
Our upcoming guests are known just as much for the gaming franchise as for the mods that are built on top of them from Bohemia Interactive. Let's welcome to the stage Joris Jan van Uitland and Jay Crow.
Bohemia? Don't tell us it's another
Doris.
freaking Arma game.
Jay,
Perfect pronunciation.
perfect pronunciation. 6.5 out of 10. So I want to ask, or I want to just say it right away, thank you so much, guys, for coming out. I love all the mods that your games are built on.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here. Finally, an event dedicated to PC gaming at E3.
Yeah.
Thank you for setting it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know a little bit about what we're going to see. My understanding is it's something a little bit special that no one else